One. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy CIZZY, you dig, live action, Kansas City, Missouri. And we are back again with another episode of the Culture Talk Show, the Culture Talks podcast, the Culture Talks series, whatever you want to call it, man. We cover all of it. So I'm excited to be back with another guest. And as I tell you guys at the end of every episode, I'm going to come back next week with another fire guest, and I've yet to fail you. Today we have a creative, a producer, a hit maker, a future legend, a supporter of Kansas City art and talent, man. So I'm excited to introduce you guys today. I'm gonna go ahead and let him say what's up, and go ahead, my boy. Let the people know who you
First
are.
off, the fire ass intro. I'm TJ. I'm 1/4 of the Goonies. We're a production group based out of Kansas City, Kansas City, Missouri. Just pretty much it. We just try to, we start with the music and then we just try to make everything else happen for real from there.
I love it. I love it. And man, I appreciate you tapping in today. If you see me here on my phone, this is where my questions are at.
Yeah, no, you good, bro. You good.
I just want you to know I ain't out here texting the little shawties here and there.
You good, bro.
But yeah, man, I'm super thankful for you to be here today. The first segment of the Culture Talk Show today is called the Who Is You segment. So as everyone knows, depending on how you speak, whatever you say, might be, who is this person? Who are you? But when I'm trying to get to know somebody, or when somebody comes in talking and I don't know who they is, I'm like, who is you? So I was like, you know what? I'm like, let's call it the Who Is You segment. So what I wanted to ask you today is, for you personally, when was the first time you started to make music? What was your first introduction to music?
Well, making it very first time was like 2000, end of 2013, beginning of 2014. I was around it. Like my cousins was in a rap group. Like I hooped, so I just didn't want no parts of that shit. Like, bro, y'all got it in high school. And so yeah, it just ended up kind of falling in my lap. And then like one of the members, Dre, like we started it together. So like I'll just go to his house every day and then he'll just be working on it. Beats was terrible. Our shit was so terrible. But yeah, it was like 2014.
And so did you guys start originally with the idea that you wanted to do a production group, or were you guys trying to be a rap group or a R&B group? What was the initial focus, to be producers?
Yep. So me and Dre, basically like that being my homie since like 3rd grade. So we was just like, we just gonna be a production duo together, like shit, the Neptunes or some shit like that. So then we had a mutual homie, his name's Sam. And he was like, bro, y'all should make beats with Goof. And that's the light skinned one with dreads that's in the group. And like Dre reached out to him and then Goof didn't ever respond back. So Sam hit him up like, bro, I think y'all should link up. And then it was actually Goof's idea. Like we linked up, it ended up clicking. And then like Goof was like, bro, y'all want to be a group? And like I got a name, he had a tag. So like he really had a vision even before like he met us for real. So I give him the credit for that.
I love that. And being that the other three aren't here today, and you kind of introduced them a little bit, but can you go ahead and just drop the names of everybody who's a part of the group and maybe the role they play or how you met them?
Okay. Yeah. So Dre, he go by Drizzy. That been my homie since like 3rd grade. Like, and then as we got older, I found out like his moms and my cousin was close growing up. So shit, the family ties. Goof, I just knew him through like hooping. Throughout when we was kids growing up. Then we only got 4 or 5 high schools over here. So like our shit really small in Kansas. So everybody know everybody. And then Tez, he started coming around like kind of as we got older because he's a little younger. So he was just coming around like my homie Jarrell. He was with my cousin and that's who was making the beats and stuff like that. But in the Jarrell and Jock, they was in a band. So that's how we ended up getting Tez, and Tez would come over and just play the keys, and we like, bro, just join the group, bro. Like, just join.
Like, stop waiting.
Yeah. That's kind of how it formed, and then us four just really just rocked out.
I love it. And so you said you started out hooping. So was that your first love growing up, hoop, or was it another sport, or what was your thing growing up? And talk a little bit about your childhood. What part of town you grew up in, brothers, sisters, cousins, if you feel comfortable sharing. Just
Oh,
talk
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit about your childhood.
Single parent household, just me and my little sister. Um, Shit. Very first game, I think I just turned the game on accident. It was like the Lakers and somebody, but the goal was just so enticing to me. I'm like, bro, I fuck with that. And then I was probably like 8. It's probably like 2000. Yeah, I was probably like 8 years old, and I just fucked with Kobe. Ever since then, bro, that was my nigga. So I'm a big Lakers fan. Um, I fuck with cartoons heavy. That was like me and my sister's way of bonding because she didn't like sports. She didn't like for real shit else. But we bonded over cartoons so we could sit and watch cartoons for hours. Um, I grew up in KCK. Shit, went to Banneker Elementary, Eisenhower, Sumner for high school. Pretty simple. Shit. I hooped. Yeah, I played sports. Uh, Shit, that was pretty much. Yeah, I was pretty laid back, bro. I partied a little bit, but I wasn't really the partying type. So it's really crazy how like music fell to me because I fuck with music tough. Like I remember I used to run around telling niggas Kid Cudi was the one. Niggas used to laugh at me. Like, bro, I might want to hear that shit. And it's just crazy to hear how fucking music, that's where we are today. Like everybody's vulnerable, everybody can be emotional and shit like that. So yeah, that's pretty much my little upbringing. For real, I really,
I love it. And you
yeah, I
kind
love
of
it.
and you touched on two things. You touched on, let's be the little next Neptunes or something. And you also mentioned Kid Cudi. So speaking of like musical influences growing up, like think about, let's say, your middle school, high school years. Who were some producers that were really popping at that time? I'm sure there were specifically artists that you like, but talk about some producers that really, you thought made some huge hits during that time that you listened to a lot.
I was in middle school as Neptunes because shit, 103 was pretty much all we had. Well, like, cause my mama wasn't for that music, like that cussing. Hell, she wasn't going for none of that shit. So I attribute her for like a lot of my old soul and why I like a lot of old music and R&B music. But like I'll say, yeah, the Neptunes, shit, the Track Masters, um, who else was pretty big? Damn shit, Jermaine Dupri. And like and these was big producers. So you would see it. And like I didn't understand, what I'm saying? You just seeing them. Like, damn, he next to Bow Wow all the fucking time, the P. Diddy's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, Dr. Dre, I would say Dr. Dre, P. Diddy, because Eminem was definitely banging when I was in middle school.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny because a lot of people, and I get it because at the end of the day, we created the culture, you know what I'm saying? We popping, but a lot of people forget how nice that boy is, man.
Nah, being
That boy.
crazy. It's the same. It just got to where, like, I mean, me personally, it just got to like it didn't elevate for me.
Mhm.
Like it stopped being relatable to me after a while. And that's all it was. Like, I'll never take the pen is still crazy.
Right, right,
We can still
exactly.
say it's just in our culture, we just trash it. We just be like, instead of saying it's not for me, we be like, bro, that shit trash.
Right,
Simple.
that's a fact. We be saying
Yeah,
that
it's
about
just a
anything.
simple
Basketball
word.
teams.
Yeah, and whatever. We can't be like, I like cut such and such. If I don't like a little bit of it, nah, I ain't fucking with it at all.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's funny because I was just listening to a podcast where Pharrell was just talking about his history growing up in the game, and they were talking about his influence on like jewelry culture, like big chains, like, and I didn't really remember him rocking big chains, but he was talking about like, yo, he was jeweled out. Son had like, he said, I had one. He said, I decided to throw one Cuban link at this size, then another Cuban link at this size, then a larger one. And then I was like, because everyone, I feel like nowadays views Pharrell as a very calm, because he is, but like a calm spirited, like, super mellow, humble individual. And he is, but it's like, people forget he had a huge influence on culture in terms of dressing and jewelry and style when the Neptunes was popping and when he was starting to blow up. So
It's
that's
hard no matter, I feel like no matter who you are, no matter like what your character is, reaching that type of success, like it's different. Like even though he still is that even kill person, even then, but like fam, I'm on a different level. I've never been here. I'm on top of the world. Like, Yeah, I'm a swag a little bit. I'm a
Right, exactly. It's funny because I used to always thinking about that. I was like, think about that. I'm like, when I go, when I grow up and I become successful financially and whatever I do, I'm gonna be super humble. I'm just gonna wear basketball shorts and t-shirt. Then I started thinking about it. I was like, that's big cap, to be honest. Like at least at the beginning, like I'm definitely, yeah, I'm gonna cop me a little property, a little bit of assets, you know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of stock, a little bit of, real estate, but I'm definitely gonna pop out here with
a little bit. Got
a
to,
little,
man.
you feel
Got
me?
to. Just a little bit. I got to. Just a little
Exactly,
bit.
exactly. So you start producing, you guys kind of like naturally form a group, like super naturally, things just start to evolve into a group. You guys, how do you guys come up with the name The Goonies? Where does that come from? Who came up with that?
Basically, Goof had the tag from the movie The Goonies. So it used to be like The Goonies, like that shit. And we just rolled with it. He was like, bro, I already got the tag. I got the name for us. And like he tried to do it, I feel like with some producers who was out of state, but we was all young and people didn't understand. Like being on the team, like with it being four of us, if one of us don't fuck with it, it's not gonna work. Like it's just not gonna work. And that's with any team for real. So um we just clicked all the time, even though we still, I mean, we had disagreements on certain shit or whatever. It's we keep it in circle and you know what I'm saying, nobody will ever know and we move on past it. But like it will only be some musical shit anyway, like
Right.
drop that song or somebody be like, bro, hell no, we ain't dropping that, some shit like that.
Guys navigate that though? Like, say there's an artist that reaches out to the group and they're like, we really want to do some work with you guys, and two of you guys are like, yeah, he hard, and the other two are like, we don't really rock with his energy or with the his musical energy. How do you guys? What does that conversation look like? How do you guys navigate if you're going to work with somebody or
You handle it.
not?
If you fuck with them, like, cause I don't never want my personal bias or my personal feelings, or and that's how everybody feel. And we talk about that pretty often. Like, don't ever let that affect business. Like, if you like his music, and because even still we a group, we still are individual producers. So like, if somebody comes and I know he looking for a specific sound, and I don't really partake in that. Like, I'll make some trap, but that's not really it. Like Goof really that's it. So I would just either offer him to talk to Goof, or I just send a pack of Goof beats and then send Goof the bread, or have them connect somehow like that. So nah, we ain't really never had no issue with like that. But I feel like if it was, that's how it would really go. But we ain't never had. It might be like one, but three override run. So we'd be like, bro, shut up. You'll be all right.
Nah, that makes sense though. That makes sense.
But nah, we ain't never really had no. And if it ever had came to that, it was might have been like a personal shit. Like, bro, shut up. Like
Right.
this is music, bro.
At the end of the day, that's a fact.
Yeah.
How do you guys, or you personally, how do you work through producing for friends? So I'm sure there's a lot of friends of yours growing up that started to make music, start and became artists, and oftentimes, unfortunately, something we see in our community a lot is people, seeing that you do something and asking for something for free, or like, let me just get a little discount. How do you navigate producing for people who are close to you, who might seek out a handout? And maybe that's never happened, but maybe how would you navigate that?
Nah, you got to just treat it as business. Like that friendship is that friendship. Like no matter what, we still gonna be friends out of this. But what we've run into when it was that, it would be a lot of times they think they want to rap because they see us making beats, or you around the energy. And yeah, the energy is fire when other rappers is coming in and you see it like, man, I can do that. And yeah, you get high and get the rapping and shit. But then when you really got to put that work in, people be like, man, nah, I can't. I don't want to fuck with it like that. So we had a lot of time wasted like that because we would be invested in our friends. Like, bro, we'll just throw you beats, bro. Like, you my dog. I'll just throw you beats. We can split it on the back end, bro. Like, let's just make music. But then it to a point, it just felt like people just not even took advantage of the beats. They took advantage of the time because they'll be like, bro, they my homie. They'll be there. But like, no, we not. Because we really care about this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't come to wherever you work at and just be messing around, messing with your money, you know what I'm saying? Where I could be spending time doing this or doing that. in my music field, like, cause it's us. We don't have no manager. We don't have nobody outside working for us. So it's us sending the emails to other people. It's us trying to find placement opportunities. It's us running, being engineers on top of still having to be a family man at that. Cause Dre got kids. Dre and Ted, excuse me. Dre and Ted's got kids. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend got kids. So it's a lot. So that's why it's just really a time thing for real, for real. Just having to tell them, bro, like, we can't waste no time. And like my homie TJ, he's our close friend, but like we had to, it's he one who like respect the craft. So it's like we'll be having to beg him, like, bro, just rap on the beat. You don't, cause he so with principles and like, no, if I get the beat, I gotta buy it. Like, and if I get studio time from y'all, I just want to do the process right. And I feel you, but like I'll be like, dog, you my dog, bro. And I'll do the same for a lot of artists. Like a lot of artists will say that, yeah, Tia open that door and you could just pull up and record just because I understand. Like sometimes we don't have it. Sometimes as the black man, this is your only outlet. Yeah, I ain't doing shit, bro. Come get it out real quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come get them emotions out on this song and we can go home, bro.
I love that. I love that. And speaking of that, um, how do you feel like music, connects to you like spiritually? How do you feel about music outside of the beats just being, oh, this is hard, oh, I'm gonna get some money off of this, or whatever it might be? How do you connect with beats? What is it about beats or production that really makes you happy or joyful or feel good?
Yeah, for real, it used to be the weed that just would get me lost in the shit. Like, bro, you hear that? And then as it grew, it was like I kind of found a sense of peace in the beats. Like trying to think of one, like BJ's a Chicago kid and Kendrick got a song. And it's like the beat for real, really just like, it used to make me cry just the beat before I even really start paying attention to the words and stuff like that. And when you say spiritually, like I always say, like music healed me, like really just like healed me on a spiritual level to just open my eyes to who I am as a person, what the world is, what can I offer to the world, just bro, many things, bro. Music has the sound of music. And then one person taught me, like music and numbers are universal. Like everybody in the world, no matter where you go, gonna understand some numbers and they like good music. I was like, bro, I just want to offer that because good music is what brought me out of everything I was going through. So if I can offer healing to the world for real, bro, that's really, I say that all the time. Like, I just want to offer healing. Like we need it. We need it as a people. We need it as a world. We need it as families. So if I can help jumpstart it, then I'm cool with that. Like that's a win for me.
Big facts, man. Service to the world is always the best way to, find success. We get so lost in the bread, which of course we need, and
Man,
of course we desire. Like, don't get me wrong, but like the best form of joy, the best form of happiness is doing for others. You know what I'm saying? And if we can do that through our craft, whatever that may be, producing, drawing, photography, maybe you running a business that serves society in some way or provides a service or solves a problem. Like that's the best feeling is when you realize that the work you did like really connected with somebody or provided a service somehow, whether that's mentally, spiritually, physically, materially, whatever it is. Just as long as you're providing a service in some way, it's always going to bring some joy. So I feel you on that. So as a personal question, do you think that all producers should learn how to mix, master, and engineer, or do you think they should just know how to make beats and that's it?
do what you feel, because like if you don't want to mix, just find somebody who's just. I feel like what a lot of the problem is because everybody wants to do everything and nobody be really great at nothing. So yeah, if you really great, if you're a really great producer and you're okay mixing engineer, find a cool mixing engineer. Like that's really it. Like it's not. I mean, and a lot of things be the money thing, like you were saying, bro. People just want all the goddamn money. It's like, but for the quality to work, like if you look through credits, it's 7 people on one song. and everybody did something different. And it's just because it's a different set of ears and he has a different profession. He's great at this. So why not let him be great at that and add that to this song instead of trying to force it all? So I feel like just do what you great at. Like Russ is an anomaly. It's not gonna be many of those who can fucking rap, sing, mix, master, record. Like it's not many of those. If you can, shit, kudos to you. Them low key be the best engineers too. It's the artists.
I like that. I like that. That's a great answer. Um, so I know a lot of artists, a lot of creatives face challenges in life, whether that's family, whether that's work, whether that's money, or just trying to figure things out while also trying to chase their dream as a creative. So for you, have you ever felt like giving up on music or felt like you were coming to a point where it just wasn't worth it? If so, how did you overcome those feelings?
No, I never quit. I never once I started, I felt I understood where I went wrong in hooping. So I just applied all of that, everything I knew, everything I
Which
went
is
wrong.
what? Which is what? Where do you think you went wrong with hooping?
Don't put your nothing in nobody else's hands. Understand what you get. Like, even though we didn't have the resources like these kids got, you can have somebody just put a phone out and just be like, hey, bro, record this whole game. I'm gonna chop it up myself. I could have been more knowledgeable on that, and then just understanding what I'm really getting into. Like, I understood basketball, but as I got older, I really understood the game. You know what I'm saying? You understand little shit like angles. You understand the mental part of it, shit like that. And so and it was one of my biggest adversity because I won my whole life. Like, I got 2 state titles, shit like I won. Then after that shit, I hit a fucking bottom. So it was like, hey, what you gonna do, bro? So then I just used to think like, shit, you down 20. Or is y'all gonna fold that half, or is you gonna come back and, you know what I'm saying, pop bottles at the end of the game? So that's how I just used to look at it, look at life. And now I would be at work, like, I gotta quit this motherfucker. Every job, I'd had every job you could think of, except being a porn star. Like, that's it, bro. I done tried everything possible, bro. Like, and that's when that clicked, like, this ain't it. But I did have one that was like an eye opener. We used to work at the Sprint Center,
Mhm.
and we was doing operations. And what that was crazy because they was trusting, like, me and Dre was young too. It was us and like a bunch of 30-year-old fellas. Like, they was trusting us to build like the stages for the performers, take chairs out in the audience, seat them right. We used to have to put the basketball court down when the Big 12 tournament came. So I would see success. Like, I seen a whole Justin Bieber concert on some bullshit just at work, but I'm like, bro, I need that. Like, that's the type of shit I want. I seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and and the shit that really did it. I don't know this man's name, but shout out to him. It was a Mexican man. I never seen this many Mexicans, bro, in the one place, and it was crazy. He was singing like, it was kind of like opera, but somebody was like, he like one of the biggest singers over there, and people was crying, and then he would sing a song and they start dancing. I'm like, bro, this feeling right here is what I want to create for the rest of my life. So however I got to get to that is it. So I just thank God for the stuff I've seen, and to that, I think that's helped what make me not quit as well, for real. Like, the situations I've been in, I've just been kind of blessed for real with this music shit. So
I love it. And I think you make a good point there that I think about all the time when I'm working, jobs that just ain't it. Cause I'm in the same boat as you, bro. I done worked so many damn jobs just because every job I'm at, I'm just like, bruh, I'll do this for a little bit, but this ain't it. I know I need to get this podcast off the ground. I know I need to blow these t-shirts up. I know I need to just be out here helping people with their creative, whatever it is. I know this ain't it though. I know I ain't supposed to be here. But the reality is, like, every space you're in, you're supposed to be there for that moment. And
yeah,
if you tap into that energy, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, at that job, you might have enjoyed some days and hated some days. It might have took a lot of hours out of your day that you could have been working on finding new artists to work with or making new beats, but it inspired you in some way, some fashion. And that was your choice to look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? So
what you just said about tapping in was like, music helped me to like tap into appreciation. Like, I appreciated shit, but I didn't. Like, but now I appreciate pretty much like every little thing because like even little gestures, because you come to realize people don't have to do that, or this didn't have to fall this way. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I think music has helped bring that to me, because through every job that I've worked on, I'd be like, damn, I couldn't have this job still, you know what I'm saying? Or I would still try to find a good, like in every damn job, whether it would be um me doing some sweeping shit or them hire me at PetSmart as a manager for no damn reason. You know what I'm saying? Like I would try
He
to find,
said for no damn reason. I don't know nothing about no
I don't know
puppies,
shit about
man.
no animals, but hey, whatever. So yeah, nah, that's I like that for real, because that's big.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing I always say, and I'm sure somebody told me because I don't really believe that all thoughts are original. I'll be thinking that everyone pulls something from someone else, not like trying to steal from anybody else. It's just we all
Man,
get game from different things, and then we like turn it into our own thing. But one thing I always will say is perspective drives performance. And anytime you shift your frame of mind of how you perceive things, you can pick and choose whether you're gonna look at this as something to grow from and to learn from, or something to just gloss over and take an L on. So I feel like, with working these jobs that every creative that's listening to this right now has probably had to do at one point or is still doing right now, is like you choose how you're going to look at the job. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be there forever, as long as you choose not to be there forever. You don't have to, think about it as a horrible experience every time you go into your shift. Change your perspective, figure out what you can learn from this job, what you can take from this job for the month you're here, or for the 6 years you're here, whatever it is. So I think that's a great point that you make about, or, just sharing your story about the Sprint Center. So, how do you, for other producers out there who are coming out right now and they're just starting to start selling beats, or they're just getting into production, how do you price your beats? Like, how did you, I mean, you don't have to give all the game, but like, how do you figure out how much to charge for a beat? And,
uh,
how
we
do you
just
pitch that?
kind of been going up, like we kind of base it off of history, and then we kind of base it off of like what we've done. It's like a combination of things. So like history, what we've done, um, what we feel like our worth is, combined with our market of where we are, stuff like that. So I say just shit, charge what you feel like your shit worth, bro. Like if you can't get discouraged at the nose, we still get hella no's. But that yes gonna definitely outweigh all 50 of them no's. So if you selling your shit for 500 and 100 niggas say no to that, and somebody come along and be like, bro, I want three of these, or do you feel bad? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're complaining like, yeah, you could have sold it multiple times, but obviously it wasn't for them and shit like that. So I just say really just charge what you worth, bro. What you feel your shit is worth. And then off of what you and taking consideration of your market as well and the work you've done. Like if you ain't really done shit, you can't really come out here whacking for 200, you know what I'm saying? You can, but don't come out here telling me I gotta pay 500. I ain't never heard of nothing from you. This your
Right.
first beat ever. Like,
Yeah, and I like the way you said that, because like, here's the thing: you should definitely value your work and charge what you feel like you're worth. But you also, like you said, have to take into consideration your history, what you've done, and if you don't do that, like, I mean, you might get business here and there. But one thing I always thought was funny, I ain't gonna lie, look, is like, not producers particularly, but a lot of these artists who literally just started making music, or nobody knows who they are, you know what I'm saying, yet, but they come out here trying to tax, two, three bands for a future. I'm like, dog, I'm like, look, I understand you value yourself and I respect that. I do respect that. But what I don't understand is where you see you're providing value for others. Like, what is the person that's giving you three bands going to benefit from, aside from just having you on a track? Because they're
right.
paying you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a reason, a problem you're solving, a service you're providing, like a value. What's your value proposition at the end of the day? And you got to
When
know
I
your
come
history.
ask that, I always ask like when you spending some money in music, like a lot of it, especially like marketing for features, shit like that, how are you gonna get it back? What are you gonna do to get it back? So if you pay a feature for two bands, is he gonna push it enough, and are you gonna push it enough for it to bring you back 2,000? Because you're already in the hole with that. So now you're trying to get into the green. So now you have to make 2,000 plus. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is it really a smart investment? At the end of the day, yeah, it's a cool look. But then if you do a feature with somebody out of state and then you never go to their state, you lost that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't do a video, or if they never post a song.
Right.
Because that was your purpose.
Right, exactly. I like that because ain't nobody really trying to break even. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and then you do some music with this person and then you break even on the money. You get your 2K back, cool, but like you didn't gain anything. Hopefully you gain some fans, but you don't even have that guarantee because they shared your shit twice. So
sometimes people don't even look at it like building a relationship, probably the biggest value, and people don't even aim for that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a major fact. Man, I love it. So the last question I'm going to ask you personally is, what's the most challenging aspect of the music industry in your opinion?
I say not letting it jade you, like not letting it turn you, because like niggas is scandalous. This shit is scandalous. Like everything you hear and people be saying, like we not even in it like that, but just dealing with it on the whatever level we are, like it's a scandalous game. It's a lot of for self. So the ones that you do run into that is really genuine, like I think all of those, like we look out for each other. Like those creators look out for each other. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of forgot the question.
Nah, you good. You good. Nah, you answered it. So the next segment is called Legend or Bust. So I'm gonna name a few artists and producers, and you might just say they're all legends, to be honest. So it's probably didn't put together the best list, but either way, maybe just give your opinion on these people. So Kanye West, legend or bust?
Super legend.
Super legend. Favorite song from Kanye?
That's tough. I ain't never been asked that. That's a tough question. I'm gonna say Gone. I'm gonna say Gone. It's probably gonna change before this podcast over.
But you know how I know that was a thoughtful answer? Because I ain't even gonna cap. I don't even know that song. I gotta go listen to see if whenever I listen to it, then I'm gonna probably be like, oh, I know that.
Late registration.
Yeah, okay, all right. Let's see. Nas.
Legend.
Okay, you have a favorite song?
Not really. If I Ruled the World, I ain't really a big Nas fan.
All good. Hit Boy.
Super legend. Stupid legend.
Stupid legend. So if you and Hit Boy were to collab on producing a beat for an artist, what artist would you want to produce a beat with Hit Boy for?
I'll give you two. For the music wise, Larry June.
Okay.
For the bread, Beyonce.
I like that 2-part answer. That's good. Okay. I like that. All right.
Shout out to Hit Boy, because he hella cool with a guy from KC that produced the Racks in the Middle with him.
Oh, where? Okay. I didn't know that I know who you're talking about, but I didn't know that they collabed on that.
Yeah.
So let's see. Murder Beats. I'm weak because there was a facial reaction right there that was funny. I ain't gonna
Bus is crazy. I don't want to call him a bus, but I don't want to say here. We're gonna say bus. We're gonna say bus.
Word. All right. Fat Joe.
No. Legend.
Okay. Well, you got a song that comes to mind. You don't got to say favorite song, but a song that comes to mind when someone says Fat Joe.
Feedback was crazy in my ear.
Feedback
was crazy.
That song went wild. You know what's funny? It's like I don't exactly know how old you are, but I think about some of these songs that were like just bangers when I was a young buck, and I don't even club, but I really wish I could have been in the club for some of these songs.
Going stupid. Like I can only imagine in 03 hearing, because I was 11. I'm 28, so I was 11 then. I can only imagine hearing in the club.
Bruh, that's the song I was thinking about. That's the song I was thinking about.
Imagine hearing that shit. Or like if you in New York and you hear Wangsta and you know what the fuck really the situation really going around.
Right.
Like that shit different. I was like, bro, yeah, that's some different shit. Or even shit like you watch Snowfall.
Yeah.
Just watching this and hearing the music like in the club scenes, I get to thinking shit like that. Like, bro, niggas was really off the crack
Straight
listening to
up.
fire
Yeah.
ass music in the club. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
crazy. Nah, I know that was a vibe, man. Okay. Jay-Z,
super legend.
super legend. Fat Tone,
Legend. It's
Timberland.
crazy.
Oh,
Before I
go
could
ahead.
start listening to the story about that nigga real quick, before I even listened to started doing Casey music, I wasn't really a big fan of it, but I was a Fat Tone fan.
Nah, that's real. That's real. I can feel that because bruh, I know it's a cliche song, but oh damn, what's the name of this? But beat blast. Ah, damn, I can't. It's like traffic beat blasting. Ah,
Hey,
wow.
honey.
Hey, no.
That's
This,
right. That's wrong, Ryan.
yeah, because I was about to say that's wrong. Damn, I'm struggling. But either way, it'll come back to my head in a second. But all right, Timberland.
Legend.
You have a song or a project that Timberland reminds you, that he's
Uh,
done that comes
yeah,
to mind.
it's a genuine project, his first one. And it was because Godzilla, they did like a song for that motherfucker. I don't know why. And he used it as a sound effect in the song too. And it's like this shit was hellas ago, but that shit was fire. And
I'm gonna
I
have to
just
keep.
and I listen to the album all the time. So
I'm gonna
yeah,
have to keep for sure. All right, last one we've already talked about, but Pharrell, and give me a song that you really pop with Pharrell.
damn, I don't want to say grinding. That's too cliche. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
When that
Yeah.
motherfucker hit, right now, I'm
Oh,
like, hey, bro, this nigga just can't miss, bro. He just can't stop to do that or and to come with like, excuse me, miss. And that's like type of shit we try to aim for, especially with it being for us. We try to touch a wide variety of everything. Watch, that's how you take over the radio.
facts. That's major facts. So our last two concluding questions are first and foremost, what's one piece of advice for an up and coming producer that you'd like to share with them? There's a little 14-year-old, he just started making beats, and he comes to the Goonies or comes to you and he's like, yo, I need some game. What you gonna tell him?
Get your paperwork right. Um, read every day, study on this shit every day because it's changing every single day. Um, get around people who you can really trust to the best of your interest. If it's like we was talking about earlier, like if you want to just solely just make beats and not really be hands on, I think you might want to get you a manager and really figure out how to. First, I would say find the lane you want to do. First off, because if you want to be a producer who eats on YouTube and selling beats, if you want to be one of those, like you have to really market to that. So you have to spend a lot of your time with promo. You need to spend a lot of time fucking making beats. You got to spend a lot of time finding ways to get your shit in front of different artists. How to get your beats chosen over the million other beats that's on that website. So if you want to do that, and I would say if you want to be more of the producer, like I was saying, everything before, and find your artist. Like find you another 14-year-old artist or find you an older artist. Just find the artist and build you a sound with them. It's gonna take you, even if it's take as long as ever. Like we ain't nowhere near where we want to be, but we got a couple artists that we've been building sounds with. And when you attach our name, people they think of them, and when you think of them, you think of us. You know what I'm saying? But these are the artists in our circle. So yeah, I would say that. And yeah, just always remember somebody working hard. So
I love it.
don't let nobody outwork you, bro.
I love it. I love it. And so let's imagine it's your last day on earth. You're 110 years old. You done lived the life you wanted to live. You've produced for everyone you've wanted to produce for. You've done everything you've wanted to do in terms of music, in terms of family. But it's your last day. Your great grandchildren are sitting at your feet, and they ask you, "Yo, great grandpa, what's one piece of advice on how I should live my life?" What are you gonna tell them?
That's fire. That's a dope ass question. Live it for you and treat others. I really feel like if you just live your life like to the best of how you want to live it, and you treat others how you want to treat them, bro, life will be way not uh, aside from people's circumstances and what I'm saying, accidents and all that shit happen. But if you live just truly for you, like it took me a while to get there just because like my mom used to instill, she didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? Like just do this. You do this, then you get here, and that's it. That's a good life for you. That's all you need. You know what I'm saying? So, but after I hit about 10, like, hey mama, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel you, moms, but that's you. That's what you want for me. That's what you see for me. I don't see that for me. So see what you see, believe in you for real, and live for you, and just treat others. Be genuine and really be genuine to others, bro. Like, and I feel like that'll take you far. That if I lived to 110, my grandchildren was there, that would be why I was 110 with grandchildren, is because I treated everybody, you know what I'm saying, with respect no matter what. And I worked my ass off, and shit, we here now.
I love it. I love it. All right. So sorry, this question just busted in my head. Since you were a hooper, let's say you got on, everything lit. You know what I'm saying? Like financially, you good. The Goonies is good. You guys have built an amazing story and legacy, um, or started building it. Who's one celebrity right now that you would want to play one-on-one in a game of basketball?
Any of them rap niggas, Dirt, Quavo, line up Chris Brown, line, it don't fucking matter. 30, every
Anybody.
single one of them.
I love
None
it.
of
I love it. I
I
love
don't
it.
believe in niggas' ability. They cool, but we a little different out down here. We hoop a
Hey,
little different.
I look forward to seeing you on what's that white trainer's name? Like no disrespect to white people, it's just he is white. So the white boy's name that be training all them play dudes. Oh yeah, Brickley. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the gym running ones with
Oh
Dirk.
yeah. Nah, that's one of my goals. That's why I'm trying to get there. I'm like, bro, I need to play these niggas. I
Hey,
want to
man.
be niggas. They be like, hey, look out for it. You know who probably nice though? I might have to daylight. He kind of nice.
I gotta go watch some of his highlights. I ain't
He
never
kind
heard.
of got some game, and he a little taller. Everybody else, we around the same height. I ain't worried about them niggas, but
I love it. I love it. Okay, man. Well, yo, I really appreciate your time today. I know that as a creative, as a family man, everything that you're doing right now, it's not always easy to take time out of your day to give to somebody who reaches out for a podcast. So I appreciate you for coming on to the platform. I look forward to hearing more music from you guys. I see you guys got some stuff coming out with Southside
yeah.
here soon. So I'm looking forward to it,
Got a
man.
project next week with somebody that was on your podcast.
Okay. All right.
I can't tell the people yet, but
Hey, keep it, keep
they
keep
was on your podcast.
all right, bet. Well, keep it quiet. I'm gonna wait.
Whoever
I'm gonna wait.
told us, I think it was Bump who told us, who said something about this.
Oh
Shout
yeah,
out,
yeah.
real cool OG, genuine OG. I
Straight
appreciate
up.
it.
Straight up. I really enjoyed that podcast with Bump, man. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes like, hey, and Bump, if you hear this, it is what it is. But like sometimes when people come on the podcast, like I reach out to them or they reach out to me and I'm like, okay, this could be a dope podcast, but I'm not sure. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And so that's kind of how I was feeling. And then Bump popped on and he just was spitting game. And like his energy is different. I really love Bump, man. That's a good dude. So
I met him one time. Cool. We interacting shit on the internet and shit, talking shit. But nah, real insightful OG for real.
straight up, straight up. Well, love to him. Hey, before we hop off here, shout out all your socials. Anything that's coming out that you want to share with the people, feel free. But go ahead and plug yourself real quick.
You can follow us at The Goonies everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, ThaGoonez. The website is The Wax, THAWAX. It got beats. We just launched our merch yesterday. We got some music. Let's see what else. We got some music. 2 projects coming this month. We got a lot of music on the way. Got Dame shit tomorrow. So make sure y'all go stream that. We just dropped G and shit not too long ago, so keep streaming that. Appreciate you, bro. Plug what you got. What you got going?
He said, "Nah, you plug what you got." Nah, work. Hey, I appreciate it. I like the merch you got on right now. I look forward to go check out the merch that you guys just dropped. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of us love to just follow people on social media, but definitely go check out their website. I rock with your guys' website. It's well put together. It was like really easy for me to navigate. So whoever created that for you guys, or if you guys created that yourselves, man, shout out to y'all.
Shout out to him. Nah, and if you need websites, he like got a pretty much like a domain thing like GoDaddy and them. So it's black owned, you know what I'm saying? He real reasonable. And like you said, the website look nice. The prices is reasonable. He work with you. He building pretty much whatever your idea is. So I think if you're a business owner and you need a website, you should check him out.
Who was that, by the way? Because I don't think they caught that.
He's a producer. His name is South House.
Okay,
He can find him on Instagram at South House Beats. He also runs his company is Keysprung. And then on Twitter, he runs the Red Kingdom as well for like the Chiefs and shit.
Love it. Love it. Hey, well, love to bro. Love to y'all. I hope you have a blessed day, man. I look forward to hearing and seeing what you guys do for the future. All right.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Peace and love.
Yeah, same to you.